Well, here we are back again. Freshen up my mouth with a nice cup of coffee made by the lovely Jane, part of our support act. Keeps us going, makes sure that all the bits and pieces are in the place. Right. Now, Mark maybe will be along in about 40 minutes. And in the meantime, we're going to indulge in just a little introspection because Mirador has been around for a couple of years or so now. Yes, unfortunately, it was just getting cracking when lockdown came and it threw a spanner into our works. But we did hang on. We were like the Windmill Theatre during the Second World War. We never closed. But it did nobble our style. But looking back at some of the things that we have done, they weren't half bad. So do you want to do that with us? Why not? Let's take a look at... Well, here I am again. The fire's still going, if nothing else. Uh, it's. Well, let's just reflect for a moment. We just showed a few scenes from our town, and our town is quite a lovely town. It is falling on hard times, unfortunately. Um, is Stephen Catlin, late mayor and late friend and companion. Um, he used to throw up his hand in despair and say, Keith, what's the point of me being mayor? And I used to say to him, Stephen, leadership. That's what you offer, leadership. And the huge affection with which he was held, and the plaudits that he's that have come since he died, passed away about 2 months ago now, demonstrated that he was a leader, and he got the affection of the town and even of his political opponents. The oh dear, I didn't turn the phone off, did I? Never mind. I don't have no idea where it is, so we'll just have to let it ring out. Excuse me. I really don't know where it is. And anyway, it's not somebody who knows me, because they know not to call at this hour in the morning. But the fact of the matter is that Stephen showed leadership. And leadership is absolutely key to any society. And that's what we're lacking at the moment, is any sort of leadership. Is those in power are following their own political tune. No, fine. I have no objection to that, but don't pretend to be leaders of our community. Oh dear, I'm afraid that sometimes my lips get a bit. The Parkinson's is not exactly a very happy disease, and you don't know quite what it's going to do to you next. But I hope that's not too unsightly. And so we really are failing in that regard. We need some strong leaders to stand up. But isn't that true nationally as well? Haven't we actually started to sort of the rise and fall of the Roman Empire? The same thing happened to Rome, and I fear that the same thing is happening to both the United Kingdom and our own community here. It simply reflects what's happening in the rest of the country. Yes, people will rise up and say, "Don't be so silly, Keith. We're stronger than ever. Look at how we handle this and handle that." Yeah, well, we do. I'm not saying that we've walked off the edge of a cliff, but we certainly are walking down the path towards the pebbly beach, and that has to be reversed. Anyway, let's just see what else we might have in. Right. Okay. Let's just. We at one time called our program "Scene in Sussex," and we try to reflect the both parts of both the county of East Sussex and the county of West Sussex. I know we did, but I can't remember how we did it. So if you'll join me, let's see if we can recall on videotape.
Good morning, Jenny, old chap. Well, it's good to see you, particularly in the morning when it's snowing. I'm sorry if I haven't been down to take a look and have a chat with you recently, but I have brought Stick, who had put on his very finest for you this morning to say hello. And I'm saying hello as well before we launch into the third edition of our programme on Mirador. Well, first of all, I'm going to change my hat. This is my usual garb, as those of you who've watched us before will know, and it was very suitable for one of our items this morning, which is about racing. But forgive me, it's snowing, so I really do feel that I should put this on, and I can keep myself warm. So forgive that little judder and stutter and so on. Here I am, ready for the fray. Now, you can see Jerry over my shoulder, I hope, somewhere. Yeah, dear old Jerry is there, isn't he? Yes, he is. There he is. No, he's not. I've lost him. Where are you, Jerry? Let's go round. Well, how silly that I could lose Jerry, of all people. But, never mind. He's there, I assure you. And first of all, let me just say that while we're having a lot of fun in Lewes, I hope that this program has a serious intent. It does tell people and the world and the rest of the people in the country about differences in... I've got two lovely dogs here. Hello, good morning. About what's happening in Lewes and things of interest, things that are amusing and so on. But it does have a serious intent. We try hard to get to the people who work and live in Lewes, but we're not confined to that. We do hope that people slowly will start to tell us what's happening as far abroad as Battle, through Hastings, Eastbourne, New Haven, Seaford, Lewes of course, but then down to Brighton and back again. That's our purpose, is to serve the South Coast, not just Lewes. So do let us know what's going on, or even send us video if you want. A bit shaky this morning, only because it's cold and it's snowing and I can't find January. Never mind. But we do want you to know that we tested what we're doing with what's called a focus group. We asked people far and wide, some in foreign climes, what they thought of a rather Monty Python-esque approach to local television, and they liked it. Overwhelmingly, they liked it. One or two dissenters, of course, there always are. But I hope that you'll enjoy this program and the way that we treat some serious topics and some that are not so serious. I'm going to kick off with something that's quite serious in a moment, in my view. And it is my view. So perhaps you'll like it, perhaps you won't. If you disagree, drop us a line. It's I to I, that's I to I TV at mail.com. Let us know what you think.
Local, national, and overseas viewers overwhelmingly approved of our approach, even if the technical side is still a bit wobbly. We are trying to improve our performance, though, with each edition, which should come out about once every 2 weeks. One of the nice things about web TV is it has no rules, unless, of course, we break the law. Well, that as you can see, ignore the signs for getting in touch. That's not appropriate anymore. But other than that, that's the way that we were thinking way back 3 or 4 years ago. Well, let's say 5 years ago, and we tried very hard to actually carry out what we initially said. We're not too far off at all. And we certainly have got quite an international viewing. In fact, they tend to write in or get in touch far more than local people do. Perhaps local people just get too soft and sassy. But that's it. Now we've still got a little bit of time before we go to Mark. Here's what is titled First Program. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Hi, welcome to Mirador Television. This is local TV, but probably not local TV as you know it. We don't have much cash, so for one thing, we have to do much of our stuff outside. We don't even have a studio. So we don't even have a weather presenter. But we will try to bring you the weather. So when you see me with an umbrella, it's raining. So when I have my walking stick, it's fine. If my hat blows off, it's windy. And if I'm wearing a bikini, it's hot. Not that you're going to see me in a bikini very often. The body's gone, you see. Not a pretty sight. But when it comes to mixed weather, well, we really have a problem. It's silly of us to serve up the same old rubbish that you can see on regular television, so we're serving up rubbish of our own. But I hope that it's nutty enough to bring you back to watch us again. Stick with us, Nutty TV. Now, what's what? What is a weekly look about the interesting things that happen in our town? Those of us who live here know about them, but to a visitor, they might find them very interesting. This is ancient Keir Street. It's said that in the early 1800s, the Prince Regent won a bet by driving a coach and four down it. The Norman castle in Lewes, though small, is one of the oldest in the country. A wooden Saxon fort stood on the mound until 1080. Then William de Varenne, the first Lord of Lewes, built this stone bailey as his stronghold. A tiny castle for a tiny town. Famous celebrations of November the 5th. They're huge. Almost every one of the townsfolk takes part. He goes way back before the gunpowder plot to Queen Mary's burning of religious martyrs in the centre of the town in 1556. Free beer? Of course not. But this pub, the Brewers Arms, is one of several independently owned pubs in the town. At one time in the 1800s, Lewes had 63 pubs and 17 breweries, and just a population of 9,000, but no free beer. Well, there are the Mirador cameras trying to keep a visual record of what goes on in the town. The famous Bluebell Railway, 11 miles of track carrying lovingly restored steam trains from Sheffield Park, just outside Lewes, to East Grinstead. The line opened in 1882. As the name suggests, the railway runs through wonderful bluebell woods, worth every puff. This is indeed a rare sight. Southern Rail was on strike so frequently, trains in motion were not often seen. This is the annual raft race down the River Ouse from Lewes to Newhaven. It's more than 40 years old. Raises funds for charity and contestants build their own rafts and try to sink the opposition. Staying with water, this is a lovely spot in Lewes known as the Pells. It was given to the town in 1603. It's the oldest operating swimming water pool in Britain. Lewes has several charming and interesting cafes, despite the presence of dull, uninteresting chain cafes in the town. The Ports boast the best breakfast, and it's certainly very, very good. I can attest to that. Then there's the Runaway. Despite attempts by the rapacious railway barons to shut it, this bistro has been on Lewes Station for more than 30 years. Famous for its bacon sandwiches, Princess Di once stopped by for one. My favourite spot, especially at 6 o'clock on a summer morning, is the Priory. The building started in 1084, just 18 years after the Norman invasion. The Priory withstood the Battle of Lewes in 1264 and raids from the French during the 100 Years' War, but fell to the vandalism of Thomas Cromwell in 1535, as Henry VIII dissolved the monasteries. This is the Crown Court. An assizes has been located in Lewes since early Norman times and has seen many famous trials. Finally, the stocks. Stocks have been used in Lewes for more than 9 centuries. Some say the punishment is still on the statute books. These are old stocks from around the country, but Lewes's stocks still sit in the grounds of the castle. Lots more interesting places in Lewes. If you live here, enjoy exploring. If you're a visitor, take a tour. We're rich in history. Oh, Jenny, what have you been up to?
Yeah, what's on then? Well, it may be a bit of fun, but what the heck? Anything else you want to know about what's going on in Lewes? There's a very good Local publication, Viva Lewis, jam-packed full of information of places, events, and the happenings in this little town. Okay, time for my pal January.
He never bring you down or leave you alone. Trust him all in all, 'cause he's the light. He'll lead your way through darkest of times. He'll never let you go. And he'll be there for you. And he'll be there for you. He'll never bring you down or leave you alone. Trust him all in all, 'cause he's the light. And he leads your way through darkest of times. He never lets you go. And he'll be there for you. Be there for you. He'll be there for you. Be there for you. And he'll be
Well, we're going to leave that there because in 3 or 4 minutes we need to join Mark Maybe. So we'll say toodle pip for the moment. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Yeah. Where are we? Here we go. There we go. Toodle pip.